So you got a broken heart, huh? I've been there, man. I've gotten my heart broken 3 times, and it's only gonna keep going up. I want to share with you some of the things that I did, some of the things that I experienced, and the best ways that I've found that helped me get over these heartbreaks and get back to everyday life. So I could give you the obvious advice. It's like, don't be following your ex on social media. Don't be stalking their profiles. Don't be all this, garbage nonsense. You know you shouldn't be doing that stuff, obviously. Now, there's a power dynamic between the relationship and why you're heartbroken. Whoever did the breaking up had the power, right? Whoever got broken up with lost the power. It's very painful. Like, so, for example, my first heartbreak, I broke up with the girl, and I felt great afterwards, right? I was fine. I broke up with her for a reason, there was just, for whatever reason, I wish her the best, but me and her weren't compatible. Anyways, I was fine. She was not. She was distraught. She was hurt. And I personally think that the breakup was justified. Regardless, it was not till after she'd stopped trying to get me back that I started to feel some type of way. She had mourned and grieved in the process, the loss of me, while and I wasn't, like, it wasn't because of other girls. I wasn't trying to sleep around. It's just me and her, this person, were not good together whatsoever, and it was straining both of our mental healths, and it just wasn't a good idea to do. It was not good anymore. And so I ended it. I was fine. She was not. And then it turned into her becoming fine and me not. So that was a very, very difficult. When you're with someone and they're obsessed with you, and then all of a sudden they slowly, stop loving you because they lose hope that you're going to be back, and then eventually they move on, as they should, you know. And so I held on to that one too long, and that was my first heartbreak. So understandably so. Now, there's heartbreak affects different people differently, right? Now, if you have ADHD or OCD or bipolar or anything like that, any mental health issue or whatsoever, anxiety, you name it, breakups are a little worse, because if you have OCD, ADHD, for example, I don't have OCD, but it's in my family, so I might. Anyways, and I do have ADHD. You can dwell on things longer than required. You can think about things too much. You could be hypervigilant, too aware of certain things, and that could be draining on you. You could be driving and always looking for their car, always looking for the person, always, and it can be very, very stressful. It can be very dangerous. I mean, if you're always looking for someone's car and you're not paying attention to what the hell you're doing, then you're putting other people's lives at risk and your own. So I do not know how to tell you to get rid of that one, because it just kind of went away for me. Eventually, I just realized, like, what is looking for their car do for me? If I see their car and them in it with another person, then I'm just gonna be sad or upset or whatever. So it's kind of pointless. Like, so just go do what I'm out driving to do. That's it, period. So that kind of helped me with that. So if you're experiencing that, then I guess that's the best way you can look at that, is it literally does nothing for you. So stop. There's this I've experienced it. It's like right here, like this anxious, gnawing, nagging feeling at you, right? You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't function. I remember when I was really through it, I lost like 15, 20 pounds in a month. As a man, I think you find things to distract yourself. Maybe girls do this too. I don't know. I'm not a girl, like I said before. But anyways, I noticed I'll find things to distract myself. Hang out with the boys, go drinking and partying with the boys, having a good time. Going out to the club and going to the gym a lot. And I couldn't eat, so I was barely eating. So I was just losing weight like crazy, but I had no appetite at all. And go work overtime at my job, make extra money. You just find things to keep yourself busy. And that is a temporary fix. I think once it happens, you have to address you can't text them. You can't no matter what you do, you can text them anything that you want. If if you're broken up and they're not responding to you, they're not replying to you, and especially if they're the ones that initiated the breakup, then you just have to let it go. You have to learn to just be like water. Just flow. You can't like if you really love somebody, you want them to be happy. And if they broke up with you, then that's not with you. So you let them go. And letting someone go is probably one of the most difficult things that I've personally done. It's very, very hard to attach an identity of yourself with this person. It was used to be me and now it's just me. And eventually you learn to that becomes your new norm, and eventually time heals it, and nobody's perfect. It just you just have to work at it and find other things to do. The best thing that you can do is move on. And in today's day and age, in today's society, I don't like every single relationship that's ended for me. I grieved the relationship. I actually went through the process. There's no point in talking to another girl or going out and hooking up if I'm not over my ex. What's the point? Because eventually, what like something happens or whatever, and maybe you catch feelings with another girl, but it's like it, the only reason why you slept with her in the first place was just because you had old feelings or things that held you up from the previous relationship, and it's just not fair for anybody involved. It causes her to get feelings for you too, and then eventually, for a fact if your ex reaches out to you and you're in this new relationship, you're probably going to talk to her, and then you're end up cheating on the girl that you're with, and you're going to leave her to go back with your ex, and it's just a mess, and it's not worth doing. So first things first, you shouldn't be going around hooking up or dating, in my personal opinion. It's worked for me. Every time I've gotten into a breakup, it's at least 6 months to a year. Some people can go faster, some people it takes longer before I even talk to other girls or date them or sleep around, whatever. So you just have to take it day by day. And another thing is, no matter there's these you'll tell yourself things. You'll be like, oh, maybe if I go really fast and I drive right into this tree and die, right? That'll show her. That'll show her. Nah, she's gonna be sad. Maybe she'll hear about it, right? First off, how's she gonna hear about it? She's gonna have to eventually hear about it from the news or something, or someone, a relative tells her, or someone, hey, did you hear about that crash? Or, oh, no, this person, and blah blah blah, right? And then eventually, oh, whatever. And then, so, first off, they're not gonna know right away, right? So you're gonna be dead, and they're gonna be still talking to the other people that they're talking to, still dating whomever they're dating, still living their life. Once they find out, they most likely will be sad, maybe, right? And then eventually, they'll move on. And the only people you hurt were the people that were there for you, your family, your friends, the people that were close to you. You hurt them. You're gone. You're not experiencing that pain anymore. But your family, they have to experience that for the rest of their life. And then there's a sense of shame or guilt that can be put onto the person that because you did it. So say I did any of these hypothetical things because of an accident, like a breakup, and I'm no longer here, and then all of a sudden she finds out, and then now her rest of her life she's just completely distraught, thinking that it was all her fault, and then now the rest of her life is maybe she does care, maybe she'll hold that guilt. That guilt will eat her way at her, or him if you're a girl. Yeah, it's tough. I get it. This sucks. But the best thing you can do is to focus on yourself and find things that you enjoy. Go learn a new hobby. And I understand that it's very difficult to even get out of bed. It's difficult to even want to do anything. Like your whole world shatters when you go through a breakup. And that might be partially the problem. Your whole life shouldn't revolve around another person. It shouldn't be the sole focus of your life. You should be focused on making yourself the best version of yourself, not chasing girls. So it's tough, man. I get it. And we've all been there. And one day you're going to look back on it and laugh when you're with your new girl. So I hope this video was informative. Work on yourself, hit the gym, grind, man. It's your time. So get after it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a good one. See ya.